welcome to Miss Annette's little farm in the big city. It's morning here on the little farm. The animals are up. Mr. Steve has taken off for work today, and I'm making some tortillas. I'm hungry for some fresh tortillas, so I'm going to make some. It is cold and dreary, typical February day here in Indiana. You know, I'm always up to something. There isn't a day that I'm not doing something. In that late fall, I harvested my loofah sponges, and they weren't quite ready to be harvested. So I've had them down in the basement, waiting and waiting for them to dry out. Now, I have 3 that didn't dry out, but I have 4 that dried out. So today, we're going to make some loofah sponges. Of course, after I make my tortillas and eat my breakfast, though. But look at my tortilla warmer. Isn't that cute? I got it in Mexico. You put your tortillas inside here, and it keeps them warm. And it's hand embroidered. Isn't that pretty? I'm very excited to be able to use that. Speaking of Mexico, since I got back from my vacation, Leche has just been very clingy, which is really weird, but she is very clingy and has made it known she doesn't like it when I leave the house. She doesn't like it when I'm not outside with her. She has been super clingy since I got back. She did not like Mama being gone for so long. Oh boy. Let me get some breakfast made. Well, I have my tortillas done, and I ate my breakfast, and now it's time for us to cut these open and see what's inside. They kind of sound like maracas, don't they? I imagine you could even save them for that. But we're going to take the seeds out. We're going to use the seeds to grow more this summer. Let's go ahead and tear these apart. Try the small knife and see if that'll work. It's not all the way, just to see the difference. I wanted to see what this green one would look like. And it is very, now, yes. So out of all of them, I think these are kind of moldy, and I really don't want to use them because I'm going to be using these sponges as dish sponges. So I don't want to use it. And then this one, the green one, is going to have to dry out before I can do anything with it, I think. I don't know. But, anyway, what I want to do is cut down the center. Seeds, you guys. Maybe I'll send you some. Message me your address and I'll send you some. Okay? I'm cutting it in the center so that I can pull it apart gently because I want it to lay flat. So I'm going to make dish sponges out of it. You can cut it horizontally and just have little round sponges if you like. But I want to make mine the same size as this old dish sponge that I have. And I want to start not using these anymore and start using these. And that's the whole idea of my growing a loofah. So we'll see. Get this apart. Anyway, so I think the knife is going to work better than the scissors. But I want to get the center part out. Let's see. That's not as easy sometimes as some people make it look. Seeds out, and I have to say that it was easier to take the one that was still green apart than it was to get the one that was completely dried out apart. I rinsed them off really good, and this is what they look like. Now I'm going to wait till this one gets completely dried out before I make a sponge out of it, but I think we can still make a sponge out of this. Even though it's a little bit tore up in spots, I think I can still salvage enough to make a little sponge that I can use in the kitchen. So, and it looks like, for my purposes, one about this size can make a sponge about the size that I'm looking for. Okay, let me get my scissors. And I will tell you also that I would not use my good scissors for this. These are just my everyday scissors that I use for different things, cutting things open, paper, things like that. So these are not my good scissors. And would not recommend using my good scissors for this little project. Okay, so there we have a nice little sponge. But I am going to sew around the edges to make it look even nicer. Look, I could even make a little tiny sponge if I wanted to, but here we go. And then this one we'll just put on a drying rack and let it dry. I might go ahead and open these two too. Anyway, let's go ahead and sew around this and make a little sponge for the kitchen. Sit and get cozy. And to do this, I just have some regular, really thick thread, and it's sisal thread, and I got a huge needle so that I could put the thread through it. And I wanted it to be colorful, so I had the Christmas sisal out. And I think, yeah, that's that first stitch. Not too bad. And I'll leave a little bit out, so maybe if I wanted to put a little loop on it. So do that, and then I'm just going to sew just a basic stitch around the edges. And you can just sew them as close or as far apart as you like. I want it to be a little decorative, so. And even if you wanted to change this a little bit, you could sew a piece of terry cloth on the other side if you wanted to. I mean, you can make all kinds of variations of this. Or you can just use the sponge, just cut the tube. Or you can just use the sponge in its round form, original round form. I'm very excited about these loofah sponges. To be honest, at the very beginning of this loofah journey, I thought it was a great idea, but at first I didn't know, would my loofah seeds grow in my soil? Would I get any harvest from them? And I was second guessing myself the whole time I was trying to grow these loofahs. And then the harvest came a little bit late in the season, and they hadn't ripened all the way, and you're not supposed to pick them until they're brown on the vine. And I had to pick them. I had no choice. It was going to get really heavy frost, and I felt like I needed to pick them, so I did, and then I put them away downstairs. And unfortunately, some of them rotted, but I got at least one good one, and I think that I really liked how easy it was to pull the middle out on the green ones. So I think that I'm probably going to go ahead and process those other green ones that I have and just dry them out and make some more sponges out of that. But I'm pretty pleased that I get to make my sponges. And I'm very pleased that you stopped by to visit me today. Thank you. I really appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate you hitting the like button. I appreciate you subscribing And we're building such a beautiful community on this journey of homesteading, housemaking, backyard gardening, whatever you want to call it, that I'm doing. I have no idea, but I'm trying. I'm trying new things and trying to bring some love and joy to each and every one of you, because you bring me a lot of joy and love as well. Thank you. Thank you so much for visiting me here on Miss Annette's little farm in the big city. Try to get outside today if you can. I'm headed there right now. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Love you. Feel better now? Got some food?